right, Suge Knight Jr. How you doing?
What up? What up? Suge J Knight though. Listen.
Suge J Knight.
Yeah, I ain't a junior.
Oh, you're not a junior?
Nah, his name Marion. So it's like it's a family nickname.
Suge is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I got the real name.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you're the Suge Knight then?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, a lot of people know who your dad is, you know. And, you know, you make a lot of noise on the internet.
Man, it's not even on purpose. Not even on purpose.
Well, we gotta get to know you a little bit better. I don't think people know too much about you, and they obviously know a whole lot about your dad. Or
yeah.
Some of it real, some of it not. Some of it love, some of it hate. But, you know, we can get out and into all that in a while. But thought we'd start off with you. And where'd you grow up?
I grew up both in Los Angeles, like, you know, like West Los Angeles, and a mixture of the Valley. So, like Porter Ranch, Woodland Hills, Sherman Oaks type of little area. And then I just got the best of both worlds, you know. So it's just I'm from both parts, the Valley and LA.
Okay. What was it like for you there growing up?
Shit, it was cool. Valley, just a lot of white kids, Asians, and in LA, you know, you got your Latinos, got your blacks, got a more diverse little group. So it's cool. Everybody got a different type of wave.
Were people aware of who your dad was?
Yeah, all the time. Like it was there. He was always like around. Shit.
Did it bother you or get in your way of doing anything?
Yeah, not till I got older. I'm trying to do my own thing now because it's like no matter what I do, people always gonna be like, "Well, his dad Suge Knight. That's why it happened for him like that." You know what I'm saying? So that's like shit that you got to deal with.
Your parents got divorced in 2011?
Something like that. Yeah, they wasn't married. They just for sure called it quits on that point. And now I was like, shit, that's life. I have to do the co-parenting, like live like life.
How old were you at that time?
Like
15 or something, 16?
Nah, like 12.
So what all did you do? Like sports? Did you do any sports or anything growing up?
Oh yeah. I was football. Football was my main thing. And I played football at Crenshaw High School, so I was my star running back at that point. I won the city championship with them. It stopped at high school because I didn't want to play that no more. And then I just went to Fisk University. I played soccer at Tennessee.
Okay.
That shit was cool. I learned met a lot of people and shit like that. And then once I started opening up my mind to do other things, I just kept on going. So then I got into real estate.
Okay, and that's where you're at now, right?
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now with it.
What was college like for you?
College was cool. College was fun as fuck. It was the best decision I made in my life because it was my only time I got away and it was on my own. And then I kind of formed my own thing. So I formed a music group called Dorm Life. I met a whole bunch of kids like that was in the dorms and shit. They wanted to rap. So I turned my whole dorm room into a studio and then just, had shit running.
So as you're growing up, you kind of got the spotlight on you.
Yeah.
You know, you're Suge Knight's son who has this crazy reputation.
I'm Suge's son, but I'm also known too. Like a lot of people know me for this from all over. Like just growing up, you know, people know you from school. You know, like a lot of people from the Valley know me from middle school, whatever, transitioning. And then like LA, I went to Crenshaw High School, so I know a lot of people through that shit too. Like a lot of people went to my games and shit like that. So I was just known. Like it was a bonus that my dad was Suge.
What was it like having him as a dad?
Shit, I mean, like anybody else. I mean, I can't speak how everything was. It was just my pops was pops. You know, he wasn't the pops. I was probably like, "Hey, pops, you know, come play catch with me or something like that." And nigga had something to do. Plus, he had like a whole bunch of shit going on. So it was just like, shit. My pops was just famous. That's it.
Did you like it having a famous dad?
Hell yeah, that shit cool. He's my role model. Shit, he he played a big factor in LA. Shit in the world.
Can you give us an update about Suge? How's he doing?
So we've been working on getting him out. So I'm just been working on that. He's his time is getting less and less. It's getting reduced. Shit, just keeping his head high. I stay working. Everybody else is staying working, staying busy, and we just listen to him. That's all I could just say. Like for his kids, we all just listen to him. Like he know no matter what, that dude is like a genius. So I just take his advice and I do my own thing. Or I talk to him about it and then he'll give me his input and I'll do it, whatever.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I think it's 8 of us. Yeah, 8 of us. So it's like it's a spread.
Okay. And you guys are all close? You guys all grew up in the same house or?
Nah, we didn't grow up in the same house, but it's like, it is what it is, It ain't like we don't accept each other type shit. It's like everybody cool. My heart goes out to everybody. Everybody can call me. So.
When was the last time you talked to your dad?
Like 3 days ago.
Oh, okay. So you guys are able to talk regularly? Yeah,
until this, I think they putting another lockdown on that COVID shit. So that's the only thing. We got to get him out of there. Shit, they let everybody else out, so it's time to get him out of there.
Because his health, right? He has some health issues. How's all that going? Is he getting proper care in there?
Yeah, he cool. He good in there, I just don't speak too much about it because that's his personal information.
A few years ago is when your dad had the incident where he ended up getting in trouble, which is he's serving time for now. How did that affect you going through that?
Shit, man. It just it was a bump in our relationship. You know what I'm saying? He was just getting back on track. Like that whole him going there, he was just going there just to make sure that people wasn't using his name and shit like that the wrong way without talking to him, or who's gonna portray him in the movies. Because we know everybody who portrayed him in movies was shitty. It is what it is. But
so he didn't like the way he was portrayed in the NWA movie?
No, it's not. It's just business, man. When you your name and all that, people gotta clear that, whatever you do. So they did a bad job of not clearing that. And honestly, I can't speak for him. I'm just going off based off what I thought assumption, bro. Like he knowing my pops, as in business wise, he probably just wanted to know what's up. Like let's get to a certain common ground. Like you using my name, you using my stuff. Okay, we gonna need this done. Just like any other business person. So. And then unfortunately,
showed up and.
Nah, it's not even like that. I'd say it was just the wrong niggas involved. You feel me? He just needed just him and probably Dre just to probably talk, not just the outside skirts of people who start the shit. You feel me? So that's all I can say about that.
I mean, him and Terry were friends. That's what the whole the unfortunate situation.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. So it's just like, shit. My condolences to that man's family, because it's probably hard not to have somebody's father, not to have your father, and it ain't no hard feelings. At the end of the day, it's still black men, Like
I hear that.
We ain't trying to. I don't know. I ain't with the whole keeping the war thing going, because I sat in the courtrooms and I sat and seen all that. So it's like, shit. You just got to pray for forgiveness and just probably move forward.
Yeah, I seen the video, and to me, it looked like he had a good shot to beat the case. I just seemed like you could reasonably make a defense that he was worried about his life. When he ended up getting 28 years, I was surprised. Yeah,
man, that's it. Shit, they ain't doing the 28 years. But I ain't gonna talk too much about it. It's just, shit happens. We don't know what. We can't predict it. It already can't cry over spilled milk. It already happened. So everybody took a loss in that one.
You couldn't talk to him.
Exactly.
What happened with that?
Shit, man. They said I ain't never had a record or nothing. So they pretty much said that me and him, our relationship couldn't be together because I was a high risk of doing something, or you know, like racketeering type of shit. But it ain't even like that.
Was he mistreated in there?
Of course, man. You know, it's everybody is mistreated in jail.
You don't think it? So do you think it had anything to do with his reputation and who he was?
It play a part because you know he's a really known guy. He's a leader. You know, he's capable of like changing probably the system in there. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, that's probably how they got to run their program. I'm not there, so I can't speak on that. I could just tell my opinion.
You know what I thought was really fucked up is when I seen people celebrating.
I mean, shit.
That he, you know.
Shit.
I just was like,
I'm gonna celebrate when he come out. I don't give a fuck. Like, like shit. I'm gonna celebrate my own time too. So it ain't
you'll
like
be able to throw it back in their face at one point.
I'm not even tripping on that type of shit. We already moved past that shit. Like I wasn't able to speak to my pops, and that's why I came out with a TV show. Like I did my own TV show. I worked hard for that shit, and that was my only way just to change the image of what I was doing. Now people watching my TV show, they probably like, this dude talk about his dad so damn much. Goddamn. Bro, that's how I had to set shit up. You know what I'm saying? I had to make deals with production companies. I had to go and sit down, have meetings and put shit together. Like, I had to really put all that together. And now that I'm able to know what my capabilities are, it's like, the sky's the limit. It's just me getting started.
So they wanted to make sure that you could talk about your dad.
Yeah, of course, man. That's pretty much how it's given, you know. That's I call that my little blessing because it's like a business, you know. You give and take what you want to work with. So it's like I know what they calling for, so I know what I want. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make it happen.
That's good shit, though. You know what I'm saying? You're able to further yourself and get involved into things, you know, open up doors that might not have been open. Yeah, you know,
it wasn't like I did a bad thing. So my shows it displays black realtors. We ain't doing nothing ignorant, man. It's just the real life of real estate in Los Angeles.
I interviewed Slim 400, and you know we would talked about the couple times that he had been shot. Yeah, and he kind of brought me through it and everything.
The other one in my arm, and when it went in and came out, you feel me? So I got one in my body right here. Now this other one, that's the recent one, you feel me? That was harsh, but I don't really want to elaborate on that one, bro, because I don't really want to go back in memory like that, because I already been spoke on in the set and other interviews. Not disrespecting you, but it just be fucking with my mind sometimes. But just knowing I got shot 9 times on the second go around. Bullets still right here in my jaw, fragments in my face, can't hear.
You still got a bullet right here?
In my face. Oh, I still feel it right here. Damn. You feel me? And I got fragments right here. Like little pieces of the bullet, it's still right here.
They were that close to you?
Yeah, they ran up on me like. But as they running up on me, they shooting at me. So I'm running and ducking and doing everything I can do, bro. And my ear, they messed my ear up and I can't hear out this ear. So that's why I like to talk about it, because it's just extra. But I'm living, you know what I'm saying? I'm blessed. That's why I stopped all the bullshit and get into the bag now, you feel me?
I hear that. And then, you know, it made me remember that your dad actually was shot 6 times in a club one time.
Yeah, he a legend. He got shot he got shot 6 times and walked out the club. Nobody could ever, ain't nobody better than him. He got shot 6 times and walked out the club. Like, hold up. Pop, 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 pop. Hold up. Let me get the fuck up out of here. Yeah, hold up. Real OG. Real OG dude. Like, that's why everybody speak about him now when he's not even able to come out. You hear all these punk ass stories.
Do you get mad when you hear the stories?
Naturally.
The bullshit?
Naturally, I do. But I just play that whole 72-hour rule, bro. That 72-hour rule is like, if it don't matter in 72 hours, it ain't gonna matter for the rest of the life. Like, shit just sizzles out.
How did you hear about your dad getting shot?
Shit, the first ones to know. People be calling. They call my mom. They call us real late. Shit. Matter of fact, I was in college. I was in my dorm, and my bro Zay My dorm mate, he woke me up like, bro, your dad got shot. And I'm just like, is he alive? And he's like, yeah, all right, shit, he gonna be good.
He'll be good.
Yeah.
That's it.
This is how that shit is, man. We ain't no suckers.
Were you ever worried about your dad's safety?
Of course, man. That was the main thing. But I'm just like, shit, is he alive? All right, for sure.
Was it more after he got shot? Was it more like, you know?
Nah, bro. You just be prepared, man. You gotta just stay ready. Like, it is what it is. It ain't the world ain't a nice place. So if you act like it's a nice place, it ain't gonna just treat you nice. Like, it's one thing to be a good energy. That's how I am. I'm a good energy type of guy. But once you get on the wrong side of that shit, it's like you want to get real to it, they get real.
How long did it take him to recover from that? The 6 shots?
I'm not too sure.
Because he went to jail right after? Because when the accident happened, right?
Some similar like that, man. I'm not too sure. That's been a minute for me to think back about it. So,
well, at least he's doing good. So he's doing better now then.
Yeah, also we know he's good. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's all that matters.
Yep.
A while back, you had some words for Eminem. You know, after your dad hopped on Nick Cannon's Eminem diss track and challenged Eminem to prove himself. And called him a bitch. He wanted Eminem and Nick Cannon to fight.
Shit, he probably having fun. That's my pops having fun. But I can't confirm that. A lot of people do all kind of shit. Yeah, I can't confirm that. What I can say about Eminem, bro, is that all I said, everything I do, it takes out of context. So my Instagram, people all I said was, you don't hear anybody playing Eminem. Like, that's just my generation. I'm just speaking, probably. You don't really hear anybody playing it. And he's a legend dude. He's a legendary guy. I'm not taking his credibility. I just have my opinion. Do I apologize for it? Nah, man. That's who I am. I actually like it in one Eminem song. I didn't even know that Drake fucking sampled it. That Chicago freestyle shit. Women that come, they go, something. I'm like, oh, shit, okay. But the new shit that Eminem just recently dropped.
Oh, the one a few days ago?
Yeah.
I haven't checked it out.
Everybody's saying the same shit I was saying. This ain't it. And I'm not a hater. We coming in like, hey, it wasn't it.
Yeah, I don't know how. It seems like, I mean, I hear you. I don't really know people who listen to Eminem anymore. Now back in the day when he first came out, shit. I mean, everybody I knew listened to Eminem. But now, I don't hear anybody, but he still does crazy numbers. That's the shit. It's like...
Shit, man, he's still a big guy. He's still... Shit, you go to North Dakota, they probably slapping that shit. Arkansas and shit like that. The world ain't all a city, so it's like shit.
I never really understood where the issue between Death Row and Eminem kind of came from, because a while back I interviewed Big Nas, Eminem's ex-bodyguard. Mm-hmm. He was telling me about how Death Row followed them to Hawaii one time. And actually, on the way home, they ended up on the same plane. And they were approaching Eminem on the plane. And they were, wanting to work with Eminem and, go through this stuff. And then I talked to Reggie, too, and he confirmed the story.
It gets interesting trying to leave.
Right. So you guys get on the plane, and they're on the plane with you.
These guys are on the plane with us, man. On the plane.
All of them?
Shit, it was enough. Because you got to remember, at that time, I was the only bodyguard Eminem had. So it was me, and then you had M. I'm protected M. And then, of course, I got to protect Paul Rosenberg. And I got to protect Proof. So you talk about one guy doing a 5-man detail. So what these guys ended up doing, some of the guys from Death Row, they decided, they see me sitting with my wife at the time, and The guy looks at me. He looks at me. He just walked by and he looks at me like, I told my wife at that time, I said, hey, I gotta go. So the guy walks, I get up, I walk behind him. I walk behind him, another guy from Death Row sits in my seat. It's talking shit to my then wife. So and by that time, M wakes up. He said, man, what's going on? I said, man, it's Captain Death Row trying to holler at you. He said, man, you know what, man? He said, Nash, fall back. He said, what you want to say to me? So the guy leans in and he's talking to M. And Paul's like, man, why'd you? I said, hey, boss man said, let him say what he got to say. So M leans back. He said, I'm not working with y'all, man. He said, man, y'all think y'all gonna strong arm me to come work with y'all? He said, I'm not working with y'all. He said, I'm signed with Dre. My alliance is to Dre. So the guy was like, then the guy, he got up and he walked back and he grilled me. The guy goes back to his seat. I make sure Paul and Emma's okay. Then I go back to sit in my seat.
Because I think even back in the day, Death Row, one of the Death Row CDs, they were taking shots at Eminem too.
Look, I ain't got to see that ain't even my time. Death Row ain't my company. I ain't got nothing to say about that. You know, I was in elementary school, some shit.
Well, I seen you were on the Dr. Phil show recently.
Yeah, my grandmother just came home from doing 24 years. So we got her at Compassionate Release. And then like Dr. Phil wanted to
what happened? Can you take us through the story of it?
I mean, people go watch that shit on the YouTube. It's Dr. Phil, I don't know. You could just type in Dr. Phil.
She was wrongfully accused of a murder, right?
Yeah, it was wrongfully. So I was just like, man.
And the murder happened like in early 80s? And then,
some shit I wasn't even thought of.
Then in the 90s is when she ended up going to jail, right? I think I watched it.
Yeah, she went to jail and I was right when I was born, like 95 or some shit, or 96. And it was just like, shit, I can't speak on that type of thing. You know, I'm just somebody I'm just a dude that was just trying to get his grandmother out of jail, my father out of jail. And now I might as well start a whole prison reform because I'm really actually able to help people. So I'm just like, I ain't clout chasing. It's just, man, I'm working. I'm using my blessing. I'm just working. I don't know, doing what was good.
Yeah, I mean, I seen you on the show and you were confronting her brother, which would have been your uncle.
Yeah.
He was like, he snitched on her about it or something?
So, yeah, man. But that's old family business that I don't even know really too much about. I was just there just to support. And once they find out that I'm Suge Knight's son, that's when the lights, camera, actions turn on. So it's just like, that's just how it is with me. Wherever I go, it's just lights, camera, action. Let's get it. And
so when they found out Suge Knight's son was not part of the case, but
when I was her
associated
grandson
with it,
yeah,
that's when they tried to book you.
Oh, hell yeah. They booked that shit like, oh, hold up, we gonna do this Thanksgiving special. Like, shit, man. But it's a dope, it's still a great story though. My grandmother's is a phenomenal woman. She beat cancer inside prison. She went through it. She never snitched. Same thing with my pops. That's why he's still in there. Ain't nobody got time to talk. We just gonna take care of our business and we gonna be out. Like, ain't none of that whole snitch shit or whatever.
A while back, you shook the internet and made people start to question some things. A lot of people wanted this to be true so bad that when somebody like yourself that is close to Suge Knight and the situation says these things, people get excited. And they hope it's true that Tupac is alive and hiding in Malaysia.
Man, where do I start, bro? Okay. First off, I just want to apologize to Tupac's family because for one, he's my godfather. And two, it's just, I want to let the man rest in peace. That's what I want to say. But I didn't think at the time, I did a lot of growing up. So when I said that, mind you, this is already 3 years ago now. Like, 2018, and I didn't really have like a following or nothing like that. I had a cool following, but I didn't think my post was gonna stop the world. Like I didn't think that was gonna happen. And when people were just like, people just made more controversy. It's the internet. Then once it's out there in the internet, people put whatever it is to make shit sell. After that, all the controversy, whatever theorists, conspiracy theorists, was just making up articles with my name on it. That's why I pop up so much now, because it's like, it don't stop. I never kept it going. Nah, that wasn't my whole goal. I ain't no clout chaser. I'm just, like, I really just, I ain't gonna lie, I got too high, I smoked, and I was mad that this Tupac and Biggie documentary said that my dad killed Tupac. So I was just like, fuck it, you know what, man, Tupac's alive. And then I woke up and I'm just all over the whole internet. And I'm just like, damn, I don't even smoking anymore. Like I was like, nah.
What do they say? A lie or a rumor goes around the road before the truth gets out of bed.
Oh, hell yeah. That's a good one. I ain't even said, never heard of that, but that's a good one.
Yeah, man. It goes, man.
People want to believe lies. That's the truth. It's just the truth. It's the truth. Like I don't know, if you cheat on a girl and you tell a girl, man, like, I don't know, she knows that this dude cheating on her and she don't want to leave the guy because she don't want to believe, she's in denial that he's cheating on her. It's the same kind of effect. Like, she know that he's cheating on her, but she just choose not to believe it. Same thing with people when it comes to this whole Tupac situation shit. It's like they know he's dead, but they don't want to believe it.
I agree. Everybody would love to see Tupac come back and set things straight.
What is he gonna set straight?
I believe hip hop. Hip hop's a lot better than what it was. But there was a point where I feel like hip hop wasn't like in a good position as it is now. This is my opinion. I'm from the 90s. So I'm like the golden era. I came from the golden era of hip hop, you know? So it's kind of tough competition when it comes to I know you probably disagree because I think everybody believes their era of music is the best.
No, I'm not gonna say that. I believe 90s era was a good era, but it's just, I think that's all eras though, because 90s era was probably influenced by the 70s or the 80s, whatever it is, or maybe even the 60s. And I found this out because of just listening to, like, my pops, he don't listen to rap. He listened to Motown records and the guitars and the instruments and shit like that. And that carries over to that 90s era where it's like that G-funk type of shit, swag and all that. And then you go over to the 2000s, it's like 2000s, it's just like it's like the new little age of gangster rap. You got your 50 Cent coming out with shit, and now you got this shit today. What you got 2010, that was like that Kanye West, Mercy type of shit, you know. Kanye West changed hip hop. And now today, this shit is just like for fiends. I don't know, like hip hop is different now. Rap is different. Like it ain't the same. I don't compare it. It's just different now. It's a way bigger playing field. Like even people who do music back then used to discover artists, and they used to have artist stage coaches. They still have that, but like they really built the artists. Like labels really built the artists. Now everything is independent, so it's actually harder work. It's harder to make it now to me than back then. It's more eyes. It's more competition.
There's more competition, and like you said, there's more eyes too. So it's kind of like you got to really work, or you got to know somebody.
You compete with the internet, and with the internet, man, is that you competing with clout chasers, and you competing with motherfuckers who's just like really pushing a brand or something. So you got like dudes like 6ix9ine out there, whatever. His documentary, I don't know if you watched it, but it was dope. I got respect for dude, but it was just like, he's no different from any other artist that want to truly make it. They gonna do whatever it takes. And whatever it takes, man, the motherfuckers is dangerous because people don't give a fuck. They just like, they ready, they locked in. And now with the internet forces people to like do shit that they just do so much, exploit themselves so much for free.
To get attention.
Because
you gotta,
and that's,
in order for people to listen to your music, they gotta, they gotta hear about you or something.
For rap, hip hop fans are the worst fans. I'm gonna be honest. Hip hop fans, like nothing against anybody. It's just that hip hop fans are so critique. Like they're the top critics. Like they critique your shit to the top, and it'd be the audacity to motherfuckers. Like, bro, you ain't never rapped in your life, but how you listen to his album for 1 hour and you talking about this is the greatest album of all time? Come on, man.
You can't judge an album.
You can't judge an album like that.
The greatest album of all time off of.
Or as soon as a rapper dies, he's a legend instantly. It's like, it don't work like that, man. It don't work like that.
I mean, I see that they have a lot of talk on the internet about people not getting their flowers when they're here. And I agree with that to a certain extent, but you also feel like sometimes you don't know about somebody and then they die, and because it's such big news, they come on your radar, and then you actually, you start to see all the news articles about what they did and, their accomplishments that you never seen or heard before. And then you're like, oh, okay, that's fucking dope shit. So it's like, I also feel like people get a bad rap for that.
I guess so, man. People, I don't know, you don't understand this shit. You compare it to like Justin Bieber fans and to like Young Thug fans or whatever. I'm just throwing any rapper out. Justin Bieber fans are more loyal than Young Thug's fans.
You mean, okay, so you're saying their love for Justin Bieber
compared to like Chance the Rapper.
Okay.
Justin Bieber can have one. He can make a couple of shitty songs, and people be like, they still play it, and they be like, oh, it's Justin, but I still like his old stuff. But it's cool. It's all Justin. Chance the Rapper, he'll probably do one bad album, which he probably did or whatever. I don't know. And people critique that shit so bad that it's like they don't play him no more, supposedly. And that's not true. He makes classics too. It's just hip hop fans are too critiqueful, man.
You know who Keefy D is?
I know the name. I don't know what it is. I just know somebody back in the old school days.
Keefy D is the last surviving member in the car that shot Tupac with Orlando.
So he was in the car to do that shit?
He was in the car.
Oh, man.
Well, I mean, he at first, when we first heard about this, it was through a murder rap. It was brought out by Greg Kadings. And he talks about how he got Keefy D to talk about it because Keefy D was looking at, to make a long story short, Keefy D was looking at life in prison if he didn't tell him what happened. So Keefy D told him the whole story. And
shit, niggas business.
What happened?
Niggas business. Damn, man. Can't be mad at 6ix9ine.
People were mad at People were mad at him for it because, everybody's dead because it was his nephew. But when I seen an old interview where you kind of touched on it a little bit about, from your dad's perspective, about what he told you what happened, and that like Tupac kind of saved him or something.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
I'll tell you a little bit about it, but I don't, because that's my dad's story. You know what I'm saying? He ain't come out with his movie yet. We all seen the shitty movies. That has nothing to do with him. But that's all his story. So it's like, I'll tell you what he told me. He told me that, because one day I asked him, I said, Pops, I was at school. I came home from school, and motherfucking some kids was like, your dad killed Tupac. Your dad killed Tupac. And I went home one day and I asked him, I got in the car. And I was like, Pops, did that happen? Whatever. And he was just like, nah, man. Took my hand. Like, I felt the bullet in his head. He said, shit, that was your godfather. He saved your life. And, from there, I just kept a G. Like, you got to keep a G. Like, that's just them. And That's his story. And shit, as soon as he get out, everybody gonna be ready to watch it.
Was Tupac trying to like get out the sunroof or?
So yeah, that's what he said, something like that.
And so that kind of like blocked it from hitting your dad, and your dad, I think, ducked.
Yeah.
And that's how he got hit in the head. It was up here where he got hit. I always thought he got hit back here.
Up here.
It was up here.
Yeah, that shit's still in there.
Oh shit.
That's why when he tell you how I felt the bullet, I'm like, all right. Trust me, he got way better details, so he gonna come home soon. So
yeah, I always thought it was just the craziest rumor that your dad killed Tupac. Because in my head, I'm like, who would order a hit on somebody and be sitting in the car with them?
I mean, shit, man.
That's like the craziest rumor. Like I never understood that, even as a kid. You know,
I could just getting older and doing this industry stuff. I could just say this: the way to, for one, Death Row and my pops, he was one of the biggest black bosses to come up. Is it cool?
Yeah,
cool. He was one of the biggest bosses to come up. You know, out of Compton. And he, you know, you think about it, he gave us all of our legends. Snoop, Dre, Pop, shit, he saved MC Hammer. He got all the stories. His story is crazy. But when it comes to like entertainment, I noticed that when it comes to like powerful black males or anything like that, anything minority, the best way to destroy it is to start confusion and make up stories. And cause some type of destruction within the community, within the base. And that getting older, it's becoming more and more clear how, think of Malcolm X and Farrakhan. You know, I do my history and I think about it, and I'm like, man, if you don't know, if you growing up black, you will probably hear like, yo, shoot, Malcolm X and Farrakhan, it was the white man that got involved with that made them two kill each other. So it's just like, not kill each other, but like Farrakhan's still here. But that caused so much destruction that it's always the same thing. Whenever black people are doing good, it's always another black person that always ends up destroying the whole thing. Because we can't ever work together. If all the rappers, of all the NBA players, athletes, it was like, man, fuck the NBA, fuck the NFL. We doing our own league. This is us. LeBron James and Kobe and all them was just like, rest in peace, Kobe. But I'm just saying, like, they were all just to be like, you know what? We don't need the NBA. We're doing our own league. We not doing this until y'all do this for us. And then the black players at the private schools is like, no, we're not going to USC. We're going to a HBCU. It would change everything. It would definitely change everything. Same thing with black actors. I'm a black actor. I'm on Network Viacom. Now you got me, Nick Cannon, whoever else is on there, you know, all the networks. We all could just be like, you know what? Let's just change it over let's make our own network. We can go over to Zeus or something like that if we want to. We can go over to, because that's a black owned network. We can go over to anything else like that. So I don't know, man, because when you do that, it sounds so simple, but at the same time, it's just like,
I mean, to start a basketball network, that would be, you know, because you got to think the NBA evolved, you know, from what I think 8 teams or 12 teams to start, you know, and then it was like, you know, over the years, you know, it took what's that, 40 years or 50 years or something to get where it's at. It wasn't, you know, it didn't start here, so it's hard, you know. Businesses evolve and get bigger, you know, and then the bigger they get, it's kind of hard to. It's hard for them.
Know? It's hard for them because people evolve. You can have look at LeVar Ball, black dad. You know what I'm saying? Got all 3 of his sons in the NBA. Got his own son, They built his own shoe brand, and stuck with it. That's what they do. That's what they mostly afraid of. Because once you have that type of power, especially with the internet, it's a whole different ball game.
I hear that. Well, I wanted to ask you one more question about the topic. How did your dad feel about the rumors? that he killed Tupac.
Oh, he don't give a fuck about the rumors. He don't even talk. That's why my dad don't even talk. He tells me like, man, people say shit to me all the time. I'm just now getting used to this whole fame shit, little shit, man. Cause I get mad. That's why I don't clap back and say mean shit no more to people, because it ain't really worth it. It's a business that you just gotta, like, when you out in the forefront, you can't be dwelling on little shit. Like, people say shit all the time. People.
He just brushes it off.
The Four Seasons still get bad reviews. We still go and pay that high price to stay there. We still go.
I interviewed Snoop Dogg's ex-bodyguard. I haven't released it yet. But he had nothing but good things to say about your dad.
It's crazy because in the beginning, it was all family. You know, there wasn't any dramatizing situations outside of the camp. It wasn't like that. It was all family oriented. You know, Suge was Suge, and he knew what he wanted, and and Snoop he knew what he wanted to do, and Dre knew what he wanted to do, and they were just all about hustling and making money at that time. It wasn't anything out of the ordinary. When we got on the road, there were some situations though. That's when things started to change. When we got on the road, some things started to change at that point.
In a world where everybody has something negative to say about Suge Knight, he actually, he said Death Row was like family at first, and how your dad was there for Snoop during the trial, and paid his bail and got him out and everything.
Yeah, that's all they business, man. He gonna probably talk about that in this movie. That I bet you anything my dad get out, him and Snoop probably work something out. I just put it like this. I just predict when my dad gets out, I'm pretty sure Snoop, because he already made that song, but let bygones be bygones. He's pretty. We actually kind of worked at similar camps before, like with the networks of TV. His PR, my PRs was same PRs type of shit. Shout out Charlie. It was all cool. It ain't no. It's only the outside that thinks it's all bad blood. I just know when my dad get out though, it's like his movie. It's all gonna go turn up for him.
I would love to see a Suge Knight movie from Suge Knight's perspective.
I'm telling you, man.
Oh, isn't he supposed to be working on it with Nick Cannon?
Nah, man. He doing his thing when he get out. I ain't gonna even put nobody name into that, because it's just like that was a whole big ordeal. Same thing on my TV show, where they said that Ray J had the fucking life rights to Death Row Records. You know what I'm saying? I had to like talk about that in my TV show, because it's like that shit ain't true. It's all good. We all cool peoples, but come on, man, we can't sell each other like that. They shouldn't want to do shit like that when my dad is still in jail. That's not a good look.
Oh, okay. So you guys wouldn't want to release because your dad wouldn't be
he
able
don't.
to
Why would he?
critique it.
Yeah. Why would he? Exactly. He in jail. It ain't no rush with him. It's just let's get him out. That's why I just fell back and I just do my real estate joint. I do a couple here and there music. I'll do music here and there, and then let's keep it going.
DaBaby did a song called Suge. What did your dad think about it?
Cool song. It was catchy. Catchy song.
Did he like the song? Was he like he's still getting his props?
Yeah.
Even after
a lot of people.
Many years.
Everybody say Suge in their song. Everybody do. So it's just DaBaby has the most catchiest one though. I like it a lot. The video portrayed is really my dad's story and everything like that. My dad liked it. It was cool.
Yeah, DaBaby said he talked to somebody, and they joked that Suge said he wanted a percentage of it.
Yeah, he deserves. He gonna get that. It ain't DaBaby choice, so that's why he know what he talking about.
Are you still starting a label called New Death Row Records?
Nah, cause I don't want it. That's the reason why I had to stop that. It was getting such a big, bro, I was about to take over with it. The reason why I didn't want to I had to stop it is because that's Death Row is my dad's company. You feel me? And The reason why my pops is in jail, bro, is because people was using his shit. You think about it, every problem it wasn't that he started it. It was because people are out there using your shit and they are using your material. You can't do that. So once I'm like, man, I don't want to do this to my pops. Like, I got all this shit going for me. Of course, it's just easy. Nah, man, I don't want to do that. So I started another label called Overnight Entertainment. That's my independent label. And then from there, I make music, make beats, songwrite. I got a team and we work.
6ix9ine and others have called themselves the new Death Row.
Trust me, that's the whole point. 6ix9ine and others, because like I said, man, you do anything. You do anything to go out and just be it. At one point, I'm like, I was young too. I'm like, we the same age. So I'm just like, shit, bro. I'm like, shit, this shit is cool, but I'm over here thinking like, shit, if you using the name, nigga, you gotta tap in, type of shit. And then after a while, I'm like, nah, it ain't worth it, because all that clout chasing shit is just, it don't give you the right credibility. Like, it ain't credible. Like, it ain't worth it.
Plus, it comes with a lot of heat.
I mean, that's rap, that's music. Yeah. It come with a lot of heat. But yeah, talking shit like that, yeah, it do come with a lot of heat. Going to people's hoods, it do come with a lot of heat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You can't do that type of shit. You don't even get commercial sponsorships. You don't rap shit. Just talking to my pops, bro. You rap, you pay over $1 million. You need over $1 million to throw a fucking concert in insurance, because the security, the type of crowds. That's why people don't make their money back in rap, because labels charge them all these expenses and shit like that. That's why these dudes be on drugs and be doing all that dumb shit, because they don't really be there. Like,
have you had any problems with anybody not wanting to work with you because of your dad, or being scared to work with you?
I thought that, Mel. I thought that before. But in the industry, bro, the industry's so fake. It's all business. So it's just like, it's a whole lot of people that's working together that don't like each other at all. That's why you got to have a lot of patience with that shit. You got to be real strategic and play chess with it. This is how that
so
shit
you just
is.
keep it moving.
You just keep it moving.
You know, I mean, obviously nobody's probably going to tell you anyway.
You don't need, I mean, I'm the type of person I don't even want to find out. Because I find out and I get mad. But that's like, then it's up to me. Do I react to it, or do I just, shit, I'm not even supposed to know this type of shit. Fuck it.
There was this tweet I seen, and it kind of came out of left field. I don't know if it was done on purpose or it was just a spelling mistake, but it looked like you didn't like it when Kanye spelled your dad's name wrong.
Yeah.
When he said free Suge and he spelled his name S-H-U-G.
Yeah.
What did you think about that?
I don't know, bro. I was in the moment. I was just like, why he spelled the name wrong? Everybody know the name. So that's why I don't know. I forgot what I did, bro.
I wonder if this came from back in 2010, because your dad sued Kanye over something that happened in Florida.
Oh, he got shot.
He got shot. That's it. And he ended up suing Kanye West, and they had to be in the deposition and everything. And so I don't know if
I don't think so.
That's why.
I don't think so. I can't speak because it ain't my business. But I could just say that when you are the, responsible for the party, that's just how that shit goes. So if it was my dad, if it was him, if it was vice versa, it would be no different. If Kanye would have got shot at Suge's party, Kanye would have sued Suge Knight. That's just how it go. It ain't no beefs. We call that rich people problems.
No, I hear that.
Yeah, like,
I mean, this is a spelling problem. It's not a big deal, but I noticed that you took offense to it, so that's why I was asking.
Nah, I just internet shit, man. That's why I don't clout chase no more. It's not good to clout chase. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it.
Did you see the NWA movie?
Yeah, I seen the NWA movie. That shit was pretty good. That shit was pretty cool. I was just like, hey, I ain't got nothing bad to say about it. It probably ain't true, but like, it was a good movie.
What part do you think wasn't true? I thought a few things weren't true myself, but
I'm not even born in that era, so I don't know. I just know, like, from my dad perspective and all that type of shit, like how he acts. I'm like, nah, it ain't, nah.
Well, the part where Dr. Dre was beating up people, which would have been the Bloods that were there, I kind of felt that kind of rough to believe that would have happened. Shit, like man. That. If I was and I believe Mob James said that would have never happened.
His name is James. I don't know, man. But like, nah, man. The only reason I said that because my pops told me that. But like, man, nah, I don't know, man. There's a whole bunch of older dudes, man. Dog.
Did you have any problems over the movie? Were people mad at you?
Oh, yeah, hell yeah, bro. Somebody thought they could try me at school. I was in college. My fucking weed man, he was really actually mad at the fact that his girl went to my dorm. I didn't even do anything to her. She was just in my dorm with her friend. I was actually like messing with her friend. And some reason when this movie came out, I don't know, it caused a lot of hype and shit. So he was mad about that little situation. And then all of a sudden, man, like, I just get a whole like little, this dude coming outside, like, everybody come outside, I'm about to beat Suge Knight son ass. And this was like, why is people trying me, bro? Like, you know, I'm a cool dude, I'm nice. But that's when that was one of the times where I had to just turn dark. Like, all right, fuck it, come on, let's put these shorts on, bro, and let's just get it going. And that shit didn't last. It's like 15 seconds. And I whooped his ass, and I had to check out of school because I was just like, shit, I ain't about to just beat somebody up in Nashville, Tennessee, and I ain't from out here. Like,
oh, he was from there.
Yeah. Oh, in the South, everywhere else, yeah, shit. Hell no. I was like, nah. I beat him up pretty bad. And I fucked this bitch. So I had to go.
What was he mad about? Do you know what part of was it the Eazy-E thing or?
Nah, man, he was mad about some other shit. I don't even know. It's been too many, but I just know that it was like after that movie, people were just trying me. Like after that movie, people were just like, "Yeah, fuck Suge," and I'm like, "What the fuck is up with niggas? Like, are you serious? Like, I don't want to get kicked out of school, but nigga, if people keep doing this to me, bro, I'm gonna have to naturally react. Like, what's going on?" And yeah, long story.
That's crazy that they took it out on you like that.
That's just the whole heat, though. That's the heat.
I guess it's the good and the bad, right?
Yeah.
That's a trip. I would have never thought that they would have, took it out on you. You know what I'm saying? That what they didn't like about your dad in the movie.
Yeah.
And even though, knowing that, some of it could be exaggerated for.
In movies, everything is exaggerated. In movies, everything exaggerated. Shit. Except for the Suge movie.
This has been a bad year for rappers. Unfortunately, 4 well-known rappers have been killed this year. Pop Smoke, King Von, Mo3, FBG Duck. All were, Von was, he was cracking. But Duck was up there. Pop Smoke, I think he was getting ready to blow like big time.
Yeah, Pop Smoke.
He was on the edge, man. He kind of came with this new style that everybody was fucking with, and and Mo3, he's been doing his thing for years. I interviewed Mo3 about a year and a half ago.
Wow.
And when I interviewed him, he had a song out where he was talking about, I heard they got money on my head. And so I went in the interview, I'm asking him about this,
Yeah, man, I heard crazy stuff all the time, man. People got money on my head and stuff, man, for what?
So those are the type of rumors you're hearing?
Yeah, I just hear this type of stuff every day, man. I heard I got money on my head. I heard I'm gonna get killed. I hear all type of shit, man. You know, it's normal to me though. Like I'm numb to it. I hear it so much. It's just like, you know, I had to rap about it. I had to say something about it. I hear it so much. Like it's crazy, you know.
And he's like, you know, telling me, you know, yeah, I've heard these rumors, and you know, people wish death upon him, and so he had been going through it for a while, and so I was still surprised though when he got killed. You know, I talked to his manager, you know, not too long afterwards, and you know, what do you think about everything?
So, RIP to all them dudes. First off, you know, rest in peace. So you know, they was just all had great talent, and it's just unfortunate that they had to fall victim to that. Pop Smoke was a dope artist. Mo 3 was dope. They're all dope artists, man. King Von and all that. It's just you just don't know when your time's gonna go, and you just got. That's why I'm so big on putting good energy out. Like I don't know, predict shit like that. I don't wish bad things. I don't even wish bad things on people. So it's just like, especially death. I don't talk about death. I don't plan on dying anytime soon, so I don't really think about that type of stuff. I just think about being alive and being great. And dudes, it's RIP, and just hopefully we change up our lyrics and change up the way that we stop being so angry in life. Go back to just making music.
One of the things that stuck out to me was the similarities between King Von and Tupac. So, did you see the video of King Von?
Nah.
So, in the video, somebody tells King Von something, or from what I believe, they say, hey, you know, there's Quando Rondo. So King Von, boom, heads over there, starts taking off on him. You know, and then, you know, after he takes off on him, his homie jumps out the car and shoots King Von. I mean, so the similarity, you know, is when, you know, somebody walked up to Tupac and was like, yo, hey, there's the dude that tried to steal my chain. Tupac takes off, jumps on Orlando. And then, unfortunately, what do you think about that?
Nigga shit, excuse my language, but it's the ignorance, man. There's always that outside force that's fucking shit up. Just like the fans that hype the shit up, hype up the beef. It's always somebody around that instigate what's going on. Hey, this dude said something about you. Woo, 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 woo. You know what I'm saying? That's why the toughest dudes die first. And I'm not saying you don't be tough, but you got to be smart. It's been hella times where it's like, let's go ride on my ass. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. And it's like, yeah, man, you can do that for so long, man, but you keep putting yourself in that type of danger, it's gonna happen. Like, I say you gotta use that card. It's a card that you gotta play. So you use that card when it's like necessary. You don't use that card anytime, like every day. Especially if you on that rise to beat something, man, you gotta know when to like stay on track. That's just like football players that you a football player, and I don't know, I was one in high school. I wanted to get a scholarship. I was about to hang out with kids that's have guns and smoke weed all damn day and be in the car with them. Nah. And we get pulled over and then lose my scholarship. I've seen stories like that happen all the time. So we just gotta pick or choose our battles and just play it smart.
I feel like it's tough for rappers.
No, it ain't.
Well, let me tell you why I think it's tough. If Tupac would have just stood there and watched everybody jump Orlando, everybody would have called him a punk.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't know, they wouldn't have,
I believe
man.
they would have. It would have been like, look at Tupac. He just stood there and watched.
Ain't nobody calling death row people and them a punk. And then
I'm not saying death row people, because I'm saying if they would have just jumped him and Tupac would have just.
But he already had a whole entourage for that shit. When Tupac went to go take care of that shit, my dad was already forefront. That's why he went to jail, because he kicked the nigga. So it's just like you have to, at that point, you got to answer. I'm not saying you don't answer it, but it's just, you got to play shit smart, man. You just got to play shit smart. Like, I'm not, yeah, man, you just got to play shit smart. Like I said, the toughest dudes die first. It's just what it is. So you can be tough and be all that shit. All right, cool. I'm not saying no, don't expect everybody else to be not like we ain't with the shits. Nah, bro. But shit, some of us got kids at home. Some of us got shit that we don't want to leave behind. And that's, to me, that's real strength. I already know.
I believe that too. It's harder for me to not go after somebody.
Exactly. It's real strength to be composed. The real strength is the people that's calm and calculated. And that's how I'm learning to grow to be. When you all emotional, you just quick to jump on and ante up on shit. All right, cool. You gonna get a quick reaction what you want, but it probably ain't the best. So it's just this is how that shit is.
Anger. A reaction off of anger is
yeah, man, it can't be emotional.
Another similarity that I just thought was horrible was, you know, Tupac's autopsy picture leaked. And so did King Von's. Right after, it was like, right afterwards too, man.
Disrespectful, yeah.
You know, and I was like, man, that's...
shit that the people don't need to see.
You know?
No respect, I know. But that's just the internet, man. That's people. People don't be giving a fuck. That's why it ain't worth it to get mad over it, because at the end of the day, after Tupac died, all this time now, shit, motherfuckers is probably long gone, don't remember what the fight was about. Shit, who knows if the chain was even fucking real. I'm just talking shit. Like, you know, after so much long time goes by, you just be like, man, was it worth it? Shit, you could talk to people in jail who commit real ass fucking crimes. Was it worth it? They'll tell you right now, hell no, it wasn't worth it. Hell no. And that's just my upbringing.
And then Bootsy gets shot. Right after that, when he was over there honoring Mo 3.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's getting dangerous for rappers, man.
Shit, it's just still a panoramic. It's not panoramic. It's still a panoramic. Nah, it's still a pandemic. And like, shit, like, motherfuckers don't got bread, bro. So I don't know. Like, you don't, when you got money, I don't put myself around situations that's people starving. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, people starving. And this ain't the time to be flashy and be stunting on niggas. This ain't the time for that. So it's just, reason why Boosie I don't know why Boosie was even over there. He probably paying the respect, but there's ways to pay respect. You see Jay-Z pay respect by helping the family out, paying for the funeral or whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's ways to do things. It's just, but being out in the open like that, hell nah. Shit, that's how we lost Nipsey. Nipsey was so loyal to his neighborhood that he was in front of his shop. And who took him out? Somebody from the own same community.
Yeah, man, Nipsey, that was a rough day, especially for the West Coast. You know, but even more for LA. But I feel like we're getting to a time rappers need to have bulletproof cars. Like, before you get a chain, get a bulletproof car. So
is the rapper paying for that or the label gonna pay for that?
Man, just get it.
Just get it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fucked up.
Whether it's the label, whether it's you.
It's fucked up.
You know what I'm saying? The first advance you get, it gotta be on a bulletproof car.
So you get $1 million $1 million advance, and then your manager gonna take 20%. So you got 800,000, and then you got to get a bulletproof car. So that's around like what, 300, 250K.
Is that how much they cost?
Yeah, bro. I mean, Escalade like that, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Now you went from you just chunked your $1 million down real quick. So you just already spent what, $500,000 almost. So now you got $500,000 to do your album, do your advertisement, do all that shit. It's only rappers that got that fucking problem. Only rappers.
It's true. Very true, man. But I just think it's necessary, man. I keep talking about it in my interviews because I want rappers to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like, quit bullshitting and get a bulletproof car. Look at all the rappers that would be alive if they had bulletproof cars.
Or shit, change up your lyrics. Change up your whole shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, man, bro. Rappers get crumbs to music, like crumbs, bro. You see who the fucking EDM DJs? They motherfuckers get paid like $20 million a year. That's not including their shit. That's one of the low ends. So it's just like, bro, only rappers and rap fans have that problem. That's it. They just pushing that. Like, you could push gangster rap, you could push all that shit, but just shit. Once you push it, then you gotta carry yourself a different way, and it ain't really that. It ain't worth it. The amount of money that you gonna spend, the amount of money you gotta pay bodyguards, the amount of money that you gotta pay people.
Don't think it's worth it.
Hell no, they gonna turn on you when the money run out. Or if you stop paying them, you hire somebody else. Now you got a whole different problem.
So Lil Wayne has got himself in some trouble. I think about
it's the GOAT.
A year or so ago, he didn't get caught with the gun, but the gun was in his plane in a bag that he said wasn't his bag. I believe that's what happened. And so,
where was the homeboys that said that? Where was his homies?
Should be taking the charge for
what
him.
The fuck? As you in the entourage, where was that shit at?
Yeah. So recently he pled guilty. He's looking at 10 years. He hasn't been sentenced yet. What do you think about that?
They don't need to give Lil Wayne 10 years. If they can give that little white boy who raped that girl behind a trash can and all that 3 months, some shit like that, Lil Wayne could do something. Lil Wayne's a big enough icon that he can have an alternate way of changing. Like, he don't need that.
10 years seems extreme for a gun. You know,
man, like guns ain't illegal. It's your Second Amendment. He traveling with it. He obviously needs somebody with a CCW or something like that. I don't know. It's something that he could easily fix.
It should have never happened.
It should have never happened. But the time like that, he don't need that much time to take away from people like that. 10 years is a lot.
People were making conspiracies about him taking the picture with Trump right before he got sentenced, and I don't know if I believe it's linked or not. You know, I guess we'll see, but Trump hasn't talked about pardoning him. Trump could just pardon him.
Exactly. Trump pardoned fucking, what is it, Rudy Giuliani? Or something like that?
Oh, he pardoned somebody.
Yeah, he just pardoned that dude. That's why he doing this whole shit, like, trust me. That's why Wayne don't need to do 10 years. We know about that.
Just pardon him.
Pardon him.
Speaking of the feds, Casanova 2 times. He is in some serious trouble. And I can't even see why. Like, the charges that are actually like his charges are like minor charges. You know, but it's because they're putting him under the RICO Act. And at some point, somebody that he knows killed somebody. Yeah,
that's how they do, that's how they do everybody, that's how they want to get you. They build the case up, man. They got to make an example out of that guy. And hopefully he beats that. And then he changes his life around or gets away from that type of stuff.
Yeah, I hope he beats it. He should beat it because there's no real reason that he should be even looking at life. I think the feds like to throw that life out there just to try to scare motherfuckers, just to try to, you know, push them to cooperate or something.
Racism hasn't even been 100 years for racism. So it's like they throw that life around because they know what they're doing. Prison's their own system.
Recently, a porn star came out and accused Lil Baby of spending $16,000 to sleep with her. At first, he denied it. You know,
real nigga.
You know, I believe he has a wife or a girlfriend, so obviously she was all pissed off. But she had screenshots.
Screenshots don't matter.
He accused her of mentioning his name just for clout, to get some clout chases, and that he would never give a woman 16 G's for sex. But then he kind of admitted to it. He tweeted something like, you know, players fuck up. I did what I did.
I mean, ain't nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like that lady, that porn star lady, just ain't no. You paying for the performance. So it's like, shit. Hey.
Would you ever pay something like that?
Yeah, why not? If I got, like, fuck it. If I got it too, like, let's fuck it. Let's do that. It's whatever. 16,000, 6,000. I think it was 6,000 though. I looked through the tweets and shit. I was like, damn. But I don't know, man. It's like, shit. If I'm a public figure like that, man, you gotta do shit like that. It's a whole shit. You damn near gotta sign an NDA form before you suck my dick, girl. Like.
So you think he should have made her sign an NDA?
Probably.
Especially because it was business, right?
Probably. Yeah, you have to. You gotta move like that. So it's just like shit.
You know, some people say that, you know, you're paying for sex one way or the other. You know, if you take a woman out, you're paying with your time. Time is money. You know, you're probably going to spend on the date, wherever you guys go, the food. You know what I'm saying? Versus just paying for it. You know, then you don't have to worry about all the extras and shit.
Well, I don't know, man. Because you take the dating part, you take a woman on a date, that shit's fun to me. Like, that shit is like, all right, cool. I enjoy, you know, doing that shit. Like, all right, cool. Drinks, cool, for sure. Hell yeah. I bet, yep, I feel good. Like, I'm a man. Now, prostitute, you know, I get one of these OnlyFans girls to come out and they want to go ahead and just perform some shit like that. I'm not going to do that. No. But, I mean, like, we're not going to act like this. It's not there. Like, what's Instagram? Girls show their ass all day. Like, I don't know. Especially with COVID now, it's like on lockdown, you can't meet nobody. So it's just, you just, okay, cool. Like, for sure.
It's the quick hookup. Is
it's the quick. I mean, it's been going on for centuries. It's like chicks. It's like chicks with whole. You ever see chicks talk about girls who get their bodies done?
You mean hate on them?
Yeah,
like they'll be natural
like,
and hate on them.
Yeah. Like, oh, I'm all natural and all that shit. But you notice that I fuck it. Shit, them girls be mad that, you know, you will get that shit done too if you could afford this shit, or you had somebody to buy it for you. Not saying that's the way of life, and that's good. I like natural bodies. I like natural and the fake bodies. I don't give a fuck. If it look good, it look good. But it's just like, you notice how people who talk shit about certain shit, they mostly don't got that shit, or they mostly just haven't experienced it. Hip hop fans, they know it rap, but they know what's the greatest rapper of all time. People do that shit all the time.
Yeah, I've never met a dude who actually cared if the woman was fake or not. Like you said, does she look good? There it is. I think women think that men care about it more than men actually care.
It comes. I don't know. It depends on the person. Shit.
Oh, you met dudes who care?
What?
About if she's, you know, got fake?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like, shit, I kind of like them dudes like that. Like, I had to experience shit, smack, like, you know, I had to smack a couple girls with fake butts. And then I talk my shit. And I'm like, shit, the difference is that this stiff ass butt don't move. It's still the skin and all that shit feel real. It look great, cool. Oh my gosh. Word. But like, compared to like the nice real asses, that's just like, it's all soft and shit. And there's ripples and shit. Like, that shit cool. That shit cool. I prefer natural joint.
What'd you think about the Jeezy and Gucci Mane battle?
Oh, that shit was dope. That shit was hard. That was the best verses I've seen, other than Too Short and E40. But that Gucci Mane and Jeezy verses, they handled that shit right.
Got a little tense.
It got a little tense, but I must admit that they was all in control. Of course, it got intense, but they both put a good show on, and they both kept it like professional at the end of the day. And when you both kept it professional, you both made money. You both got your fans. You both got what you want at the end of the day.
Yeah, when Gucci started talking about Jeezy's dead homie, I was like,
damn,
that's some fucked up shit.
That's some fucked up shit.
You know? But man, Jeezy really handled it. You know what I'm saying? Like his response to it, like he maneuvered through that, man. Like really fucking good.
And now you respect him even more for that instead of just getting all irrational and just be like, fuck that, man, let's take this shit outside. Hey, man, yeah. Now it's just like, damn, Jeezy handled that shit. He said it. Now what's up? I commend him.
It was dope.
I commend him.
Definitely think that, man. I also noticed what I think more rappers are probably gonna do is when Gucci was leaving, you could see he had 2 armed guards with assault rifles right next to his car. Like, you know what I'm saying? Gucci's driving and they're like walking with him, and they're like, you know, they're ready just in case.
Yeah, of course. Now you got to play it smart. That's necessary. That's necessary. You can't end up like you can't go like that. It's necessary.
In hip hop recently, I've noticed in the past, I don't know, 2-3 years, maybe a little longer, that there's been this big deal about ownership and rappers owning their masters. Now, I never really kind of understood what the big deal was with the masters, but recently, Lil Wayne has sold his whole catalog, the whole Young Money catalog. Something I've noticed in the past, I don't know, 2, maybe 5 years. I mean, it's kind of always been there, but lately it's been a much bigger deal. And a lot of artists have stayed independent. For one of the main reasons is they want to own their masters. And it's been a big focus in hip hop. You know, even when King Von passed away recently, there was a headline, you know, oh, King Von owned his masters. His kids will continue to make money off of him forever. Well, recently, Lil Wayne surprised everybody by selling his masters. Now, at first they thought it was just his masters they sold, but then we found out that it was his, Drake's, Nicki's, the entire Young Money catalog.
Wow.
For $100 million. What do you think about that?
Think he made a great decision. Isn't he about to go to jail too, right?
They haven't decided. I mean, he's looking at 10 years, but it's up to the judge.
I mean, it's his call. It's his business. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no predictions how, because COVID is still a thing. So it ain't no prediction how COVID is gonna allow entertainers to work. There's no concerts. There's nothing. Just music sales and endorsements only. And like it's so far, concerts and touring was a big thing. So maybe he made the right decision for him.
Do you think owning your masters is overvalued or undervalued?
It depends. Because it's an agreement. Like, of course, you want to own the work that got you off. That's pretty much a lot of artists' goals, is to own the work that made them, you know, so they can keep that. But it's an agreement with that and the label. So it may work for you, it may not work for you.
Now that he sold his masters, I mean, even though he got a big chunk of change, he's not going to be able to make the money, though. His kids won't get nothing. I mean, they'll get the money.
The money, yeah.
But depending on how much he spends, you know, he's not going to have the stream of income.
Nah, but he has his own liquor. he has other things probably going on for him. Cannabis probably. You know, there's a lot of products and stuff. So I think he got out at a good time. For Lil Wayne, I think he got out at a good time.
Well, plus if he makes more new music, that's more masters that he'll own.
Yeah.
You know, so the new stuff that he does, he's still going to own the masters, and he can either sell that or just continue to collect royalties off of that, which is dope.
Yeah. I think he did it. I think it was good. I think it was a good move for him. You know, we don't know the full details of things, and you don't know how people's lives are. So you just, maybe it was the best decision for him, maybe it was the worst, but all we can do is support him if you're a real supporter of his.
Yeah, him and Birdman had the issue too about money a few years back. He was suing Birdman. I think they settled it. I don't remember what the details was. So I don't know if, I can't imagine that Wayne had money problems though, you know? Because he was the biggest thing for a long time. You know, concerts, you know, he was doing packed stadiums and everything like that.
You know, man, I don't know. It's just, you don't, I can't speak for everybody, but I just know that when you make more money, your expenses probably increase. You know, it may not be, I don't know. You don't think the same way when you was like, I'm not the same dude when I was going to school in Nashville, Tennessee, and now I was working at Qdoba. You know what I'm saying? And I was making $7 an hour. Like, I wasn't thinking the same and going back to school. Compared to now, I'm like, nah, bro. Like, nah. It's just your thoughts and your expenses are not the same. So you just don't know people. Like,
maybe he just didn't want to deal with it.
Exactly. He probably, I don't think, because it don't really be about money no more, bro. It really be about peace. Peace and just what you want. Because when you're an artist or when you're an entertainer, you give yourself out to the world, you working 24/7. You working 24/7, man. So it's just like, maybe he just wanted that peace. And when if he said that, I would understand him is 100% what he meant.
He's been famous for a long time.
Since it's pretty much his whole childhood, damn near, like 16 to, yeah, bro.
Was he like 13?
13,
14?
Yeah.
When he was with, when he hopped on the Juvenile record. So he's
been in the game, man. Yeah. You gave life so much of that, man. You be like, damn. It goes like that. So that's why you want to just hold on to the things that's like, okay, you want peace. You want to live your life fully. You want to do what you want to do. That's what it be.
Lil Wayne, he'll still sell records. You know,
Lil Wayne always gonna be the GOAT.
Make a shitload of money.
Always gonna be the GOAT.
You know.
Well,
yeah. I don't call him the GOAT, but you know.
I ain't gonna lie, he the GOAT to my generation. He's our GOAT. Okay. He created the mixtapes, to everything that the whole bar for bar, rapping like that. Like, that's Wayne. Lil Wayne, man. Yeah, every mixtape. He started that whole wave.
I always go with Tupac. He's always my number one.
Tupac, I can see that.
That's my generation.
That's your generation. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I listen to Tupac music now, and I'm like, oh, damn, this shit hard. I see why y'all fuck with it. Like, okay, it's some real shit. Cool. But it ain't some shit I'm gonna always jump on, throw it on. Like, yeah, throw that Tupac on, man. Like, nah. I'll play some classics and some shit like that, you know. When I'm feeling bossy real quick, I'll play some, you know, some classics of him. But really, I'm gonna probably play some Lil Wayne. Some old school Wayne.
Would you want to sell your masters if you were in like a similar situation? Or would it be something you'd want to hold on to give to your kids? Same
situation as Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
I'd probably sell my masters.
Really?
Because, yeah, man, you've been doing that shit for so long. It's like, and you dealing with it. And it's a game. It's a gamble. It's like you having stocks. You gonna sell your stocks or not? Like, it's baseball. It's based off when you want to hit that home run or you want to strike out.
But think about it, Drake, Nicki. I mean, these masters could be making money for somebody else's kids in 100 years.
Maybe. We don't know how. We don't know if we gonna really listen to them songs anymore like that. And it goes down every year. So it's just like, okay, cool.
So you think he probably sold right at the right time? Possibly.
He did his best decision for him. So Wayne did whatever is best for him. Hey, that's what's best for him.
So I seen in one of a past interview where somebody asked you if you'll be in the videos, you know, because your dad has that famous line about, you know, if you don't want the owner being executive being all up in the videos, come to Death Row, you know. And I seen you you were asked about that also, about being in the videos or, you know, doing stuff like that. What do you feel about that?
So I'm doing a video right now, bro. Like I'm in the video right now. Like, I mean, it's cool.
So you're completely different then. You're gonna do your own thing.
Yeah, I'm doing my own thing, but you know, that's his quotes. And like, that's cool.
Yeah, cause I seen an interview with Nas, and how your dad actually approached Nas because Nas had a Suge lookalike in his video. I don't know if you've seen the Got Yourself a Gun video. You never seen it? Well, if you watch it, you know it has Tupac and then a lookalike of your dad, and people were actually thinking that it was your dad in the video. So your dad was like, "Yo, you know, you got to be careful because, you know, I'm not being in the videos or anything."
That's not gonna be the first. It's how that shit is, man. So that's why it's just business, dog. It's just business. When people don't do things the right way, then that's when, I don't know, shit happens.
Well, let's talk about your real estate business. What do you got going on with the real estate?
Real estate business. Real estate was booming, cause you know the show. So people would just be coming in for me with all kind of houses. I do commercial units and residential. Shit is just, I like to work with veterans. You know, if you a veteran, and you know anybody that's a veteran, no money down on the house. Y'all pretty much is paying like the closing costs. But even your VA loan is gonna take care of that. Like, I know my shit in real estate. And my only issue with real estate is dealing with like these. I gotta become a broker, cause I'm a salesman, and these brokers be trying to play games with you, and not even play games with you. It's your clients, and like buyers, people who buy houses, they're not really loyal to you unless you got to do a certain contract. And I only work with people who are doing exclusive contracts, and other than that, you do a whole operation with somebody with a house, and then they'll just, oh no, I'm okay, and not do the house. You wasted like 2 months, 3 months on that shit, and now they go and try to sell it. They go buy a house with somebody else the next month because they got all their approvals and shit like that. You did all the dirty work, and then they go and do that shit. So that real estate is just a love and hate. And then with COVID is still letting people buy houses, but at the same time, it's like a select few, because not everybody's working. We can say, yeah, interest rates are very low right now, but there's also 40 million fucking people that's unemployed. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So a lot of interest rates are going to be low for a long time. When it comes to stuff like business like that, that's my bread and butter. Because, hey. So if you need a house, call Suge. Or call Jacob. Like that lawyer.
How's your TV shows going?
It's going cool, man. My TV show good. It's just, I don't even watch that shit though, because it's just, I worked all of it, and the only thing that just annoys me is that, like, I can't help the fact that people get mad that I talk about my dad. So it's just like, damn.
So people get mad that you talk about your dad?
Yeah, man. Like, oh, I love this show, Level Listings, but Suge Knight's son just talks about his dad all the time. Like, I don't. It's just that the fucking questions people ask me all the time is about my dad, or it revolves around it. So it's just like, the fuck?
What's the craziest question you've got about your dad?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
One of them.
I
know you've got some crazy people ask you some crazy shit about your dad before. Much crazier than this interview, I assume.
Yeah. I'm not too sure, man. I'm not too sure. It's been a lot of them. I can't even think of one right now.
Okay.
I just get asked that shit a lot.
You know, well, I mean, speaking of that, man, you know, your dad, you know, he gets a lot of love and respect, but he also gets a lot of hate.
Hate is love, too. So it's just, at the end of the day, it's all love.
Does it bother you?
Nah. I've seen it change. I'm part of the change of it. After seeing, I know my show changed the whole view of my family and everything. The people, my dad is out there giving great advice. He went from the biggest villain to he's a great dad. And that's a great thing when you're doing that in this entertainment.
But it seems like there's some people out there that are really trying to tarnish his reputation.
Who are those people?
Like fans or people making videos.
But fans, that's what fans do.
Negative stuff.
That's what fans do. Shit. Fans made a conspiracy page with my face on it. They try to make me to be the new biggest conspiracy theorist. Like, nah, bro. I worked too hard to be a conspiracy theorist. Like, nah.
Did COVID affect your real estate business?
Yeah. COVID affected it. It took a hit. I had some sales going, and then people just wasn't able to predict when they was going to work again. And they had to cut back. So, like, it messed up some of my sales. But I had a couple that went through, and it helped me out. And, like, it just keeps things going. Like,
it's been rough for everybody. You gotta learn.
So yeah, the COVID was just a rough year for everybody, but like it was also a blessing at the same time. So I don't say it like it was rough. It was just more like the timing of it was just like, damn, bro. Like I was just getting started on this joint. Like my first TV show, it was a real estate show, and it's based off my real estate career. So I didn't even have my license the first season. First season, I had to get my license, and everybody was on the show talking shit to me like, get your license. All right, cool. I end up getting my license. Now everybody loves real estate. You know what I'm saying? Now the second season, I'm out here doing house rentals and shit like that, you know? And then now, do I come back for a third season or whatever? We'll just have to find out and see, because I'm learning a whole lot. I'm the type of person that just moves up. Like,
so right now, the COVID vaccine has just been released. I see a lot of people fear-mongering on the internet, making it worse, in my opinion, worse than what it is without actually having facts to back it up. I'm not saying I'm in a hurry to take it. I kind of want to see how things turn out for everybody, but I do believe that there's a lot of fake stuff. Is that something that you're going to take?
The vaccine? COVID vaccine?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to take the COVID vaccine. I'm not even going to cap. I'm going to take it. I'm going to let, like you say, like how you say pretty much, I'm going to let people, you know, certain people take it first, a couple ways of it. Treat it like the PlayStation, you know, or the iPhone when it first come out. You know, let people get it real quick first, and wait till the bugs, they get all the bugs and shit out of the vaccine, whatever. Then I'm gonna take it, but I ain't gonna be against it. Like it's a way to cure the world. All that false information is just the beginning of the war that we in. We in a different type of war. War ain't the same no more. It ain't going to Iraq and with our guns and shit like that and just shooting people or bombing people. Like, we still do that, but I think our war now is on information. Social media, the internet. So you put out false information and shit like that to guide people, to make people think a certain way. Then you got a crowd of people thinking a certain way. Shit, that's more destruction than a bomb. So you cause all that. That's why I think the whole Trump and the Russian bots and shit like that, it's kind of about. I think about stuff like that all the time because it's like we in the future. How is it that we going? What's really important? What do people want now? Shit, people want information and data. And why they want data is because they could predict how people could live and their next move. That's why we got ads on everything that after we looked up on Google on our Instagram because it's connected to our Gmail and shit like that. And now we're selling our privacy away.
Yeah, we're living in the information era.
Yeah. So it ain't like it's a whole different way of world.
Persuasion is how wars are won. Of the future. I've been saying that for a while.
For hell yeah.
It's no longer we're gonna go to your country and bomb it. It's we're gonna make it so you can't eat.
Yeah.
You can't get food, or even if you get food, it's not the best food. You're not gonna be able to work with other countries. We're gonna put sanctions on you. We're gonna choke out your economy, and we're gonna make it to where your people overthrow you because you're fucking up. We're not going in countries leveling motherfuckers no more.
Nah, yeah. Yeah, man. Shit. Or we will send some robots to us or some shit like that. But other than that, man, like, it's all about information. We got a space force now. They thinking about going to space. Like real shit. Like shit ain't what it seems. So it's a whole different war we gotta prepare for.
What is Suge Beard?
Suge Beard. Suge Beard is my independent company that I started. It's a beard it's a beard product. You know, it's beard products. Beard oil, beard growth oils, beard shampoos, the comb. It's my beard oils that I make.
Well, take me through. Like what do you? How do you put it on?
Man, just take the top. I got a small beard. So I'm just not growing, and like I put like 3 to 5 drops. I mean, shit, I've been using the same bottle for about 3 to 5 months. I'm on my like 4th month with it, and it's like
you just rub it on.
Rub it on. It keeps my skin moisturized. I use the beard growth, so it's working. It's making my beard actually grow more fuller, and I'm just like, shit. I still shave it down. I don't want to do the whole rugged look, but like, it works, man. It's product.
And what can you expect your beard to look different from using it?
It'll just be more sleek. It'll just be not. It's not gonna be dry.
Does it feel different? Will it make your beard feel different?
It's not oily, so it just makes your beard feel moisturized. Like it fix your skin and all that stuff feel moisturized. It prevent acne. It prevent the dryness, the itch.
Oh, the razor bumps. It helps with razor bumps.
Okay. Yeah, it helps with all that. So it's like it's just hygiene for men, and like that shit is important. I don't know. If you ain't worried about your hygiene, then I don't know, bro. You probably ain't worried about your life too well. Like, for real.
Okay.
Your priorities is really fucked up. You ain't worried about your hygiene.
Well, why did you call out Jake Paul?
Oh, bro, because how he did Nate Robinson, and I was clout chasing. See, I'm honest. I was clout chasing. I was like, fuck, bro. Like, why he doing that to Nate Robinson? And out of just quickness, not thinking, not using my 72-hour rule, I was just like, fuck this, nigga. I'm about to just Jake Paul. Let's line this shit up. Let's do this shit. I'm gonna whoop your ass. And I realized as soon as I was done making the video, I'm like, why the fuck did I do that, bro?
I don't even think it was a bad. I thought it was cool.
Of course, man.
But Jake Paul's clout chasing too.
I know, bro, but I don't want to be in the same category as a clout chaser. Like I work too hard for that. Like, nah, it's not worth it. It's not, the credibility is not worth it. You think about all these internet entertainers, they work so fucking hard for so less. It's people don't see how it is. Like, you got to think about it. You got to get up on Instagram every day and cater to the world for free. Nah, bro. Nah.
Well, I don't think it's for free. You know, one of the biggest misconceptions that I see is though somebody will say, you want followers, I want the money. How I see the world now, I think that was true in the past. But in today's world, followers equals money. Fame equals money. If you have 1 million followers on IG, it's going to be pretty hard for you to be broke.
That's true. I'm not going to cap. I got a lot of followers. And I understand exactly what you mean. But exclusivity makes you money. Being exclusive. You can be famous. It's a ton of famous people out there. But they ain't got no bread like that. It's a ton of famous people out there. And they out there getting fucked over. Because they just famous. They just want to be famous real quick. And it's like, shit, who's making the money is who put them on a platform. You get me? Because they know, okay, I invested into this person to put this out. They're going to give me this much traffic and exposure. I'm going to get this much revenue, monetize. I'm going to do all the whole nine. That's who's going to win. And they're not working that hard compared to the entertainer or the talent that's out in the front of the camera. Now, that's when you got to come into play where you get your managers, you get your talent, whatever. You get your team right. Then you execute it. But
I just believe if you're smart about it, you can monetize your fame.
Yeah, you have to.
You know what I mean? Even
it's
if
no other way.
You know, look at Vlad. He has made so many people famous. You know,
he's also sent a lot of dudes to jail.
I don't believe he sent.
He got them dudes caught up though.
So that's kind of a different topic, but you know, like there's a list of dudes that have been able to start their own platform, and now they're all making money just off of their fame from going there and being a regular guest. You know. Yeah, man.
I don't know, man. Sugar and salt look the same. That shit should be looking good, bro. But I'm telling you, man, you gotta carry yourself a certain way. That's why I ain't with the whole clout chasing shit. Like, nah, bro. I don't want to just be a reality TV star. You know, I don't want to just end it right there. Like, I want to be taken serious. So I'm gonna have to go get involved in my work. I'm going to acting classes. I'm taking acting coaches. I'm getting myself ready for that. Because I invest myself so much into it, then I'll get into once I do a real big movie, then it's all right, boom. Then I work up. I ain't worried about getting all the followers right now. Hell no. That shit, it goes so far. Followers, all that stuff goes so far because it's like, it's cool. I have all the business for it, but now it's like, I don't know, getting involved in the industry, it's like, it's more than followers. That's just from my experience. It's more than followers. Followers is good for your resume, because trust me, I'm appreciative of all my followers, but it's just like what you do with it. It's deeper than followers. Like it's not just followers. Pretty much the same thing I said about clout chasing. You don't want to keep clout chasing because then that should be you end up depending on the next thing to make you hot, when you rather just invest in yourself and make yourself that brand. You know, you kind of get where I'm coming from. Mm-hmm. Like Jake Paul, he already did all the clout chasing. Me, I already did all the clout chasing. I already said Tupac alive and all that shit. Boom, and I got TV shows and all that shit ready. Now I'm like, okay, let's move forward. You don't just sit and do the same shit over and over again. And like, you don't just entertain your followers anymore. Nah, you got followers now. Shit, you make them follow you. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm aware of my followers. I'm aware of what was going on, the social media presence. But you gotta carry yourself a certain way. You gotta work a certain way. Especially when you're an entertainer, especially when you out there, you gotta take different risks.
I hear you, man. I mean, he's really training hard. I don't think nobody really knows if he's good or bad, because he hasn't really fought anybody that is on that level. You know, I guess he's going to fight Mayweather, which I just thought was horrible, because Mayweather should just destroy him. You know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Jake Paul, he's much bigger than Mayweather. He's younger than Mayweather.
I think it's his brother Logan Paul that's going to fight Mayweather.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
His brother way bigger than him. So, yeah.
I guess
But,
that could make it interesting.
Like I'm just, that's probably Floyd's doing that event, covering that event. That's all business, bro. It's all business, and it's like that's the lane they created. Back to me, and back to any like some real shit advice anybody want to take. Clout chasing ain't it. It ain't it. 6ix9ine already showed that shit. He got talent. He know his talent is. He know how to get all them people and keep him following them. Cool. But now if you just take out the clout chasing part and just do you, drop music, keep more projects going, whatever, keep people involved with you, then it goes. You don't gotta just depend on that.
Well, Suge, man, this has been a dope interview.
Yeah, thank you.
And I appreciate you taking your time, sharing your experience and everything with your dad. I wish you guys the best. Hopefully he comes home and his health and everything is in a good condition.
For sure. For sure.
And,
Oh, yeah, man.
Good.
You too. Thank you for having me.
For sure.
For sure.